This is Brother John. This is a video response to Trust Yah 777. I saw your video about your little rap against Pastor George C. Let me tell you something about Pastor George. Pastor George is a man of God. I've known him for a long time before, this whole Mighty Wind thing started, and you know nothing about the Unity Gathering. Were you even there when it happened? Were you here on YouTube to see what was happening before the time of the Unity Gathering? If you don't know, I'll let you in on a few things that was going on. There was a lot of disunity between the Christians here on YouTube. Okay? So it was Naphtali and Naphtali in 1981, Pastor George, Violet Kitty, 411. They all got together and decided to have like this thing because a lot of people on the outside that were not saved were looking in and seeing all this drama going on between Christians, all this bickering and fighting between who was a real Christian and who wasn't. And it was basically a time for everybody to get together and worship God. And you're like, well, there was pagans and all that, and atheists there too. Yeah, but they're invited to come and join. You're not just going to like open a stick-cam room and not let anybody come and hear the message of the Lord. That's basically what was preached that night, was the message of the Lord. Everybody had their part in it was like a big worship service online. Okay? That's what it was. But it all became because of the fact that there was a lot of people bickering and arguing about who did what on YouTube, who's been doing what behind the scenes. And then there was also like a group, there was like this other group, they're all hanging out together, and then another group, they didn't like the other group. So it was just a chance for everybody to come together and worship God. Nothing more. Okay? And as far as like that whole thing, that little clip you played in Stickam about Pastor George calling somebody a drama whore, nice cut and paste job. But unless you were there for the entire conversation, which you probably weren't, and I'm thinking that you got all those clips from Sister Elisha, what's her name, the head of Mighty Wind Ministries, which I'm sorry to say, it's a cult. She's got everybody so duped. Anybody that follows her, you guys are so duped. Okay? Can anybody tell me, I've gone to her website, can anybody tell me where in the Bible that any of her prophecies connect with Scripture? You cannot. You cannot. I mean, I was on the sidelines, on the outside looking out, but then you guys had to go attack my friend Pastor George C. And me and Pastor George have had our little disagreements here and there, but we've always made up, and I consider Pastor George to be a friend. That's why I'm making this video. But as far as like him calling somebody a drown, this is what happened, okay? There's another user, Sister Sunshine, okay? And at times, she was having a little fun trying to say, like, in the private chat, and trying to make drama happen because she was just getting off on starting drama. So he got mad at her, and that's why he called her a drama whore, okay? But since then, he has apologized to her, and she accepted his apology. But anytime that I've seen Pastor George get mad or get in the flesh, I've always seen him either go on YouTube or go into Stickam and try to make things right. Okay? And how dare you judge him for getting mad at somebody? Can you tell me that you have never in your life gotten angry at somebody? It's kind of like what Jesus said, remember the prostitute? They wanted to stone her and stuff like that. And Jesus said, he is with who is without sin, throw the first stone. But you're throwing stones at Pastor George. For what? For what? Just to be a part of some Mighty Wind cult movement? I'm sorry, that's what it is. And I know you cannot show me beyond your own reasonable doubt that any of those prophecies that she has put on her website are biblical. Okay? But I want to share something with you because before I made this video, I kind of thought of this scripture. I've used this in several of my other videos. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaking expressingly that in latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Okay? Your soul prophetess, that's what she has done. She has given heed to the seducing spirit, and she is preaching a doctrine of devils. You know, and I'm not trying to throw rocks at you either. You know, I'm just trying to say, before you start following people blindly, you need to read the scriptures. You know, the only reason that people in the last days are giving heed to seducing spirits because they don't read the word and they don't pray for God to give them discernment. They just listen to whoever they see, and that's it. They don't bother to read it for themselves. But anyway, this is my brother John from the Space for Jesus channel saying, God bless you, God keep you. I'm praying for you.